Welcome to The Work. This is where champions are built. One rep, one dive, one spike at a time. You're training with the best. This is the Canadian Elite Academy. Do you love volleyball? Let's go. Remember, it's not about being the best today. It's about being better than you were yesterday. Represent yourself, represent your team, represent the Canadian Elite Academy. Because here, we earn everything.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Youth Volleyball, Empower the Future. I'm Ethan Brooks and I'm here with my co-host Emily Thompson. Today we're diving into what makes Canadian Elite Academy in Saskatoon such a unique place for young volleyball players.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited for this one. Summer 2025 is already shaping up to be packed with programs, camps, and tournaments. There's honestly something for every level. From the Elite Off-Season Academy to the Beach Twos training for both girls and boys, and even the Summer Indoor Girls Volleyball League. It's wild how many options there are.
Yeah, and it's not just the sheer number of sessions, is it? There are special events too, like the Making the Cut camps for different age groups, and those beach royalty tournaments. I love the idea of a whole weekend dedicated to beach volleyball, especially in August. It's a proper festival vibe, you know?
Totally. And what stands out to me is that the Academy's a nonprofit. It's not just about churning out elite players, it's about making volleyball accessible and meaningful for everyone. They've got these resources like the Virtual Assistant Coach, VAC, which is honestly so cool. It's like having a digital coach in your pocket, giving you feedback and helping you train even when you're not at the gym.
That's a game changer, especially for kids who want to get those extra reps in at home. And the way they structure training, age-appropriate schedules, balancing skill work with recovery, it's all very intentional. I wish I'd had that sort of support when I was a kid. Back in my day, it was just, show up and play.
Oh, for sure. And speaking of showing up, I have to share this. My first time joining a summer league, I was so nervous. I remember my mom telling me, just bring your own volleyball, you'll feel more prepared. And it became this little ritual for me. Every session, I'd show up with my ball, and it made me feel like I belonged. Like I was part of the team before I even stepped on the court. It's funny how something so small can make such a difference.
That's brilliant. It's those little things, isn't it? And the Academy actually encourages every athlete to bring their own ball to sessions. It's about responsibility, but also about building those habits that stick with you. Plus, it means you can practice at home, which is huge for development.
Exactly. And honestly, the variety of programs, like you can go from basic to elite, indoor to beach, and there's always a place for you to grow. It's not just about making the top team, it's about finding your spot and getting better every time you show up.
And the fact that it's all happening in Saskatoon, with such a supportive community, just makes it even better. I think we sometimes forget how much goes on behind the scenes to make these opportunities possible for young athletes. So let's talk about the coaching philosophy at Canadian Elite Academy, because it's not just about drills and winning matches. Dr. Darren Cannell, who runs the academy, has this approach that's all about effort, resilience, and character. It's honestly refreshing.
Yeah, he's big on the idea that success is earned, not given. Like, you have to put in the work, and it's okay to fail along the way. He actually encourages athletes to see failure as a stepping stone, not something to be ashamed of. I think that's so important, especially for young players who might feel pressure to be perfect.
Absolutely. I remember when I was a kid in the UK, I had this coach who was a bit old school, but he always said, you don't learn anything from winning all the time. And he was right. The teams I learnt the most from were the ones that lost a few matches and had to figure out why. That focus on growth and team spirit, it sticks with you, on and off the court.
And Dr. Cannell really integrates that into training. It's not just about volleyball skills, it's about self-reflection, learning from mistakes, and being a positive influence. Like they actually talk about goal setting, managing emotions, and supporting your teammates. It's kind of like life coaching disguised as volleyball practice.
Yeah, and it's not just talk either. They build it into the sessions, like after a game, everyone reflects on what went well, what didn't, and what they can do better. It's a safe space, to be honest, which is rare in youth sports sometimes, and the coaches aren't there to be your mate or your parent. They're there to guide you, challenge you, and help you grow.
I love that. And honestly, it's made me think differently about what it means to be a good teammate. It's not about being the best on the team, it's about being the best for the team. That's something I wish more young athletes heard.
Couldn't agree more, and I think that's why so many players come out of the academy not just as better athletes, but as better people. They learn to handle setbacks, to support each other, and to keep striving for improvement. That's the stuff that lasts long after you hang up your shoes.
Yeah, and it's not just about volleyball. Those lessons carry over into school, work, and just life in general. I mean, I'm still working on some of them myself, to be honest.
Aren't we all? But that's the point, right? It's a journey, not a destination. And I think the academy does a brilliant job of making that clear to everyone who walks through the door.
So, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about how coaching has had to adapt for today's athletes. I mean, kids now are growing up with the internet, video games, and instant feedback everywhere. It's a totally different world from even 10 years ago.
Yeah, and it's not just that attention spans are shorter or anything like that. It's more that young athletes are used to getting feedback right away, like in a video game. If you mess up, you know instantly, and you get to try again. In sports, the feedback isn't always so immediate or clear, and that can be tough for some kids to adjust to.
Exactly. That's why coaches at the academy use strategies like frequent feedback, logical progression, and gamified drills. They'll break skills down into steps, give you lots of chances to succeed, and keep things moving so it never gets boring. It's kind of like leveling up in a game, but with volleyball.
And they're not afraid to use technology either. The virtual assistant coach is a great example. It gives players feedback outside of practice so they can keep improving on their own time. I think that's brilliant, especially for kids who want to put in extra work but might not know what to focus on.
Yeah, I've actually used digital resources like that myself. When I was learning to set, I'd watch videos, use apps to track my progress, and even record myself to see what I needed to fix. It made a huge difference because I could get feedback even when I wasn't with my coach. It's not a replacement for in-person coaching, but it's a great supplement.
And it helps keep kids engaged too. If you can make drills fun, competitive, and a bit like a game, you're more likely to keep everyone's attention. Plus, it gives players a sense of ownership over their development. They're not just waiting for the coach to tell them what to do. They're actively involved in their own progress.
Totally. And I think that's the future of youth sports. Finding ways to blend the best of traditional coaching with the tools and learning styles that kids are used to now. It's about meeting them where they are, not where we wish they were.
Yeah, and it's not always easy. Coaches have to be flexible, willing to try new things, and open to feedback themselves. But when it works, you see kids who are not just better players, but more confident, resilient, and motivated. That's what it's all about, really.
Absolutely. And I think Canadian Elite Academy is a great example of how you can do that. Combine strong values, modern tools, and a real sense of community. It's not perfect, but it's definitely moving in the right direction.
Well, that's probably a good place to wrap up for today. There's so much more we could talk about, but we'll save it for another episode. Emily, always a pleasure chatting with you.
You too, Ethan. Thanks to everyone for listening. If you're in Saskatoon this summer, check out the Academy's programs. And don't forget to bring your own volleyball. We'll see you next time on Youth Volleyball. Empower the future.
Take care, everyone. Bye for now.
Welcome to The Work. This is where champions are built. One rep, one dive, one spike at a time. You're training with the best. This is the Canadian Elite Academy. Do you love volleyball? Let's go. Remember, it's not about being the best today. It's about being better than you were yesterday. Represent yourself, represent your team, represent the Canadian Elite Academy. Because here, we earn everything.